Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 14th November 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. First, I will generate the stocks near demand and supply zones for different time frames. Let me start with the half-yearly time frame. Let us find the stocks near half-yearly demand zone. One stock is filtered. I'm giving you only few seconds time to watch all these reports. So please pause the video, study the report, and then you can proceed with the next report. In case if you does not understand how to study the report, I request you complete the training lesson 21.1. In that video, I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, let me proceed further. Going back, and for half-yearly time frame, let's find the stocks near half-yearly supply zone. No stocks are available. Next time frame is quarterly. Let's find the stocks near quarterly demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Next, for quarterly time frame, let's find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. 2 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is monthly. Let's find the stocks near monthly demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered. Next, for monthly time frame, let's find the stocks near monthly supply zone. 1 stock is filtered. Next, for monthly time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside the monthly demand zone. But these demand zones should not be pierced. So, in the pierced count, at monthly time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count should be 0. Pierced count 0 means zone is not pierced. Now let's filter the stocks. And the first 21 stocks in the list, these are the prices closed inside the monthly zone. Scrolling down. So total 25 stocks where price closed inside the monthly demand zone. Okay, but in this list, if you want to know the high probability supported stocks, look for the EMA Confluence. So I'm going back, adding EMA Confluence and monthly time frame. Monthly time frame, I have to select monthly demand zone having monthly EMA Confluence. Remember, EMA Confluence should be used only in the trending market, not in the sideways. So in the trend zone, violation trend, monthly time frame, I am selecting up or down trend, not sideways. Now these 16 stocks are filtered. In these 16, all the 16 demand zones are having monthly EMA Confluence. Okay, next, monthly time frame. Let's find the stocks where price closed inside monthly supply zone. These monthly supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at monthly time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. Let's filter the stocks. We got only 2 stocks. In these two, any of these monthly supply zones are having monthly EMA Confluence. Let's verify. In the EMA Confluence, monthly time frame, monthly supply zones with monthly EMA Confluence. So none of the stocks are having EMA Confluence. Okay, next time frame is weekly. Let's find the stocks near weekly demand zone. So first 15 weekly demand zones. Scrolling the list down. So total 18 weekly demand zones are filtered near to the weekly demand zone. Next, for weekly time frame, let's find the stocks where price is near to the weekly supply zone. So 5 stocks are filtered. Next, for weekly time frame, Let's find the stocks where price closed inside weekly demand zones. So these weekly demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, this time weekly time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0. That means weekly demand zone should not be pierced. So first 16 stocks in the list. All these are all weekly demand zones. Some are having high liquidity demand zones. That is what you should observe. Inside S underscore demand zone means high liquidity. Inside demand zone means normal demand zone. So I'm scrolling the list down. $32 stocks. Again I am scrolling the list down. So total 34 stocks are filtered. Okay. Now how many of these weekly demand zones are having more priority, highest, better priority? That is based on the EMA Confluence. Let's verify. I'm going back. In the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zones having weekly EMA Confluence. But this EMA Confluence should not be having sideways trend. So that's why in the trend, weekly time frame, I am selecting up or down, but not sideways. Let's filter. We got 13 stocks. So all these 13 weekly demand zones are having a EMA Confluence, and also currently price closed in inside the demand zone, and some of these demand zones are high liquidity demand zones. Okay, now next for weekly time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside weekly supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Maybe some might be pierced supply zones. Let us filter based on the pierced count. Weekly time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. We got 4. These 4 are weekly supply zones are not pierced. Any of these 4 weekly supply zones are having EMA Confluence? Let's verify. In the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly supply zone having weekly EMA Confluence filter is set. Let's filter. 3 stocks are filtered. Ignore the first one because the weekly trend is sideways. You can ignore like this by setting the filter. Trend zone violation, weekly trend should be up or down. Now you will get only 2 stocks. And second one is even high liquidity weekly supply zone. Okay, this is about weekly time frame. Next, daily time frame. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. We got 11 stocks. Let us identify high liquidity daily demand zones from this list. Dr. Reddy is having high liquidity daily demand zone. Next, Manapuram is having high liquidity daily demand zone. And VEDL is also having high liquidity daily demand zone. So we are having 3 high liquidity daily demand zones from this list. Okay, next, for daily time frame, let us find the stocks where price near to the daily supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let us identify the high liquidity daily supply zones. First one is NIFTY IT is indices, so we can't trade in F&O. Dixon is pierced, so it's not valid. PEL is also pierced, so it is not valid. That means we don't have any valid daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay, next for daily time frame, let us find the stocks where price closed inside the daily demand zone. And these daily demand zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, daily time frame setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So we got several stocks. These are the first 15 stocks. I'm scrolling the list down. 30 stocks. Again scrolling the list down. So total 34 stocks are filtered where price closed inside the daily demand zone. So in these daily demand zones, having EMA Confluence are even more high probability zones. So let us set EMA Confluence on daily time frame. Daily demand zone having daily EMA Confluence. Filter is set, but the trend should not be sideways for EMA Confluence. So in the trend daily time frame, I am setting up or down. Now let's filter. We got only 4 stocks. These 4 demand zones are having EMA Confluence and also price closed inside the daily demand zone. In that one high liquidity daily demand zone is there. Okay. See, generally these zones you should be used as a LTF or HTF related zones, and you have to prepare your trade setups. If it is demand zone bullish trade setup or counter trend trade setup. Similarly, supply zones bearish trade setup or counter trade setup if trend is reversed. Okay. Next, for daily time frame, let's find the stocks where price closed inside daily supply zone. And these daily supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at a daily time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0. Now let's filter the stocks. We got 5 stocks. In these 5 supply zones, currently prices are closed in the supply zone. Now let's verify if any of these supply zones are having EMA Confluence, daily EMA Confluence. So in the EMA Confluence, daily time frame, the daily supply zone having daily EMA Confluence, and the trend on daily time frame should not be sideways. That means up or down. We got 2 stocks. So this is about daily time frame. Next time frame is 125 minutes time frame. Let us find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 11 stocks are filtered. Next, for 125 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 75 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Let us identify high liquidity demand zones. Astral is having 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone, already tested 4 times and 6 rejections. You need to look for a fresh fine-tuned 5 minutes zone or high liquidity zone. Okay, next for 75 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered. Let's identify high liquidity zones from this list. HDFC Bank is having a high liquidity supply zone. And SBI Life is having a high liquidity 75 minutes supply zone. So we have 2 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. Okay, next time frame is 25 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. 4 stocks are filtered. Next, 25 minutes time frame. Find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Next time frame is 15 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered. Let's verify any of these demand zones are having ITF confluence. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. I'm enabling that filter. Now we filtered only one stock. So in this 15 minutes demand zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone. Okay, next 15 minutes time frame. Let's find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. 11 stocks are filtered. Out of these 11, how many are having ITF confluence? Let's verify. That is 15 minutes supply zone with 75 minutes supply zone confluence that I am setting. With this filter, we got only one. That means this 15 minute supply zone is part of the 75 minute supply zone. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 6 stocks are filtered. So let's verify demand zone confluence for these 5 minutes demand zones. That is a 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone confluence. I'm enabling the filter. Let's verify. We got 3 stocks. That means these 5 minutes demand zones are part of 15 minutes. But this 5 minutes, first one, conquer 5 minutes demand zone is pierced. So you have to avoid pierced zones. Next, for 5 minutes time frame, let's find the stocks near 5 minutes supply zone. 8 stocks are filtered. So let's verify how many of these 8 supply zones having ITF supply zone confluence. That is 5 minutes supply zone with 15 minutes supply zone confluence. I'm enabling the filter. Now we got four supply zones. In that 4th supply zone is pierced. You can ignore this. So this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. Next we will generate a NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Let's start with NIFTY 50. Starting from monthly time frame, I am generating NIFTY supply demand zone chain for monthly time frame. Always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced column to find the pierced zones. You can't use pierced zones. Okay, next, and also look into the LTF trade. For the current time frame you have selected. So next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Next time frame is 15 minutes, generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. and the next time frame, that is 5 minutes, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So demand zones are started from 30. So for your reference, let me show you the next demand zones, that is from 34 onward, 33 onwards. So this is about Nifty supply demand zone chain. Next, Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. So that is nothing but Nifty Bank. Let's start with monthly time frame, generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is weekly, generating weekly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is daily, generating daily supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 125 minutes, generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 75 minutes, generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 25 minutes, generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next time frame is 15 minutes, and this is the 15 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. And the last time frame is 5 minutes, and this is the 5 minute supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. So this is about Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chains. Next, let us generate bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly and daily income trades. First, let us generate bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. So entry time frame is daily, entry zone is demand zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at entry time frame daily, I am selecting bullish. This daily demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced column, in the pierced count, at the daily time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means the daily demand zone should not be pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score 12, and all the 3 filters are applied to daily demand zone. Now let's filter the stocks. We got 9 stocks. Currently these 9 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, that is entry time frame daily. Out of these 9, how many are having a high probability setups? Based on first filter is based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence, that is daily and weekly demand zone confluence. I enable the filter. With this filter, out of 9 stocks, we got 5. These 5 are high probability trade setups. But among these 5, there could be even more high probability trade setups are available based on the weekly EMA confluence. Why weekly? Because the daily zone is part of the weekly zone, and the weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence. They are high probability. These zones are daily zones, whatever the zones we are displaying. But software should filter weekly EMA confluence in weekly zones, because the daily zone is part of weekly zone. So in the EMA confluence at a weekly time frame, we are verifying a weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence, because the daily demand zone is part of the weekly demand zone. We got 3 stocks. In all the 3 stocks, they are more high probability setup, because the daily zone is part of weekly zone is having weekly EMA confluence, and moreover some of these zones are all three are high liquidity. One is low priority high liquidity, remaining two are high priority high liquidity demand zones. That's why already this third one is already tested 8 times, first one is already tested once, second one is a fresh zone. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup, weekly income trade based on LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. Next, let us filter based on LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. So I am removing EMA filter. LTF, ITF, HTF means daily, weekly and monthly demand zone confluence. 3 filters we have to set. One filter is already we set, daily and weekly. Next, daily demand zone with monthly demand zone confluence is enabled, and also weekly demand zone with monthly demand zone is also enabled. With all the 3 filters, we got only one stock. This is already high priority based on LTF and ITF. Let us check whether this is having even monthly EMA confluence, because in this stock daily zone is part of weekly, both daily and weekly together part of the monthly zone. So that's why monthly trend is also uptrend. Already that stock is high priority based on weekly EMA confluence. Now we are also checking monthly time frame, monthly demand zone with monthly EMA confluence. So this is also having even monthly demand zone confluence. It is even more high probability setup. It is supporting. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame is daily. Entry zone is supply zone. Bullish or bearish trade setup at a daily time frame, I am selecting bearish. This daily supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at a daily time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value 0. That means zone is not pierced. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score is 12. All the 3 filters are applied to daily supply zone. Now let's filter the stocks. So currently we don't have any stocks that are supporting bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Let us verify the filter in case to confirm we didn't make any step. Entry time frame is daily, perfect. Entry zone, supply zone. Zone achievement OE score greater than 12. And in bullish or bearish trade setup, daily time frame we selected bearish. And the zone should not be pierced, greater than 0, less than 0. Perfect. We don't have any bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. And the next one is bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Weekly income trade entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone is demand zone for bullish trade setup. And in bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes time frame, selecting the bullish. And this 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means the 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score 12. All the 3 filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. Now let's filter the stocks. We got 7 stocks. And these 7 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. That is entry time frame, 75 minutes demand zones. And these 75 minutes demand zones, there could be some high probability setups are available out of these 7 stocks. Let us find them. How many of these 7 stocks are having confluence, demand zone confluence? That is LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 75, LTF is 75, ITF is daily. So 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence filter is enabled. With this filter, we got all 7 stocks. In all these 7 stocks, the 75 minutes entry zone is a part of the daily zone. and daily trend is uptrend in bullish trade setup. If any of these stocks are having a daily EMA Confluence, they are even more high probability trade setups. So let's verify. In the EMA Confluence, daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA Confluence, because 75-minute zone is part of the daily zone. That's why we are checking daily zone with daily EMA Confluence. And we got 3 stocks. All these 3 stocks are even more high probability trade setups. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF based filtered stocks. I am removing this EMA filter. Earlier we got 7 stocks. In that 7, how many are having LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence? That is 75 minutes, daily and weekly. Already one filter is set, 75 with daily. Next 75 minutes demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence is enabled. And then daily demand zone with weekly demand zone confluence filter is also enabled. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence, we got 5 stocks. In all these 5 stocks, daily 75 minutes entry zone is part of this daily zone, both together again part of the weekly zone. And the weekly time frame, we have 2 stocks are having uptrend. So out of these 2 stocks, if any of these are having EMA Confluence, they could be even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA Confluence, weekly time frame, weekly demand zone is having weekly EMA Confluence. And trend should not be sideways. Trend should be only uptrend in bullish trade setup. So that's why in trend zone violation, weekly time frame, I am selecting only uptrend, not sideways. We got both the stocks. Page Industry and Syngen, both are even more high probability trade setup supported stocks. Excellent. This is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup, at 75 minutes, I am selecting bearish. Bullish also we selected 75 only, right? If any mistake, please let me know. Okay, 75 minutes supply zone and 75 minutes it should be bearish. This 75 minute supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value is 0, maximum value is 0. Zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. And all the 3 filters are applied to 75 minute supply zone. We got 15 stocks. All these 15 stocks are currently supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frames are 75 minute supply zones. We need to take entry at 75 minute supply zones. We have 15 stocks filter. Out of these 15, there could be some high probability 75 minutes high probability setup, 75 minute supply zones might be available. Let's find them. First filter is based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. So in the supply zone confluence, LTF and ITF, that is 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence filter I enabled. With this filter, out of those 15 stocks, we got 10 stocks. In all these 10 stocks, the entry time frame 75 minute supply zones are part of the daily supply zones. And the daily trend is down. If any of these 75 minutes, because 75 is part of daily, if any of these daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence. What I am displaying is 75. Daily zones are not displayed. But 75 is part of the daily, so that's why I am checking in daily zone. In daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Even NIFTY 50 is also there in this list. Okay. In the EMA Confluence, daily time frame, because 75 minutes supply zone is part of the daily supply zone. So daily supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. Filter is enabled. With this filter, we got 10 stocks. All 10 stocks are having daily zones. In all these 10 stocks, daily zone is having daily EMA Confluence. The supply zones with daily. Moreover, Nifty is having 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone, which is having daily EMA Confluence. Very good. Okay. This is based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence and EMA confluence also. Next, we will look for LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. So I am removing EMA filter. In the supply zone confluence, LTF, ITF, HTF, that is 3 filters. 75 with daily is already enabled. Second filter, 75 supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. Third filter, daily supply zone with weekly supply zone confluence. With all the 3 filters, LTF, ITF, HTF, supply zone confluence, we got 4 stocks. In these 4 stocks, the 75 minutes entry supply zone is part of the daily supply zone. Both together again part of the weekly supply zone. And the weekly trend is sideways in all. There is no need to check for weekly EMA confluence because it does not give any additional advantage. Okay, Nifty 50 is also part of the weekly zone. So Nifty is having 75 minutes daily and weekly confluence. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next one is a bullish trade setup for daily income trade. In daily income trade, entry time frame is 15 minutes. Entry zone is a demand zone, bullish trade setup. And also in bullish trade setup, entry time frame 15 minutes. I am selecting bullish. This 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, at 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0, and zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhancer score is 12. With all the 3 filters are applied to 15 minutes demand zone. Let's verify. We got 2 stocks. And these 2 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. That is entry time frame 15 minutes demand zones. Both these demand zones are high liquidity demand zones, but 15 minutes time frame high liquidity demand zones. Let's verify in these 2 any high probability setup supported stocks are available. First, let's verify LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes demand zone with 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So I'm enabling the filter. With this filter, both the stocks are filtered. That means in both these stocks, 15 minutes entry demand zone is part of the 75 minutes demand zone. If 75 minutes demand zone is having the daily EMA confluence, it is even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence, 75 minutes time frame, 75 minutes demand zone with daily EMA confluence, because 75 minutes trend is uptrend. So none of those stocks are having EMA confluence, no problem. Next, let us look for LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. I have to remove EMA filter, removed it. So in LTF, ITF, HTF demand zone confluence, 3 filters we need to set. First one is already enabled, that is 15 minutes with 75 confluence. Next, 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence filter is enabled. And next, 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence filter also enabled. With all the 3 filters, we got again both the stocks. That means both these stocks are part of actually these are 15 minutes demand zones. These 15 minutes demand zones are part of the 75 minutes demand zone. Again, both together part of the daily demand zone. And the daily trend is up. If any of these stocks are having daily EMA confluence, they are even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA Confluence, daily time frame, daily demand zone with daily EMA Confluence. So we don't have any EMA Confluence for those daily zones. Okay. Next, let us look for bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame 15 minutes. Entry zone supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bearish. These 15 minute supply zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, so this is the pierced count at a 15 minutes time frame. This is the entry time frame. I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. This filter is for 15 minute supply zone. First filter, and second filter, zone achievement VOZ. Third filter, minimum odd enhancer score 12. All the three filters are applied to 15 minute supply zone. Now let's verify. We got 14 stocks. All these 14 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame and zones are 15 minute supply zones. So that means we need to take trade in 15 minute supply zones. Okay, out of these 14, there could be some high probability setups, stocks might be available. Let's verify them. First filter is based on LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. So in the supply zone confluence, LTF and ITF. LTF and ITF is 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone confluence. The filter is enabled. Now out of those 14, we got 10 stocks. That means in all these 10 stocks, the entry zone, 15 minute supply zone, is part of the 75 minute supply zone. And 75 minutes trend is a downtrend, that is ITF trend. That's why if any of these 75 minute supply zones are having daily EMA confluence, there could be even more high probability setup. Let's verify. In the EMA confluence at 75 minutes time frame, I'm verifying 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA confluence. With this filter, we got only one stock. So this is a high probability setup. Moreover, it is also high liquidity zone. Okay, next let us look for LTF, ITF and HTF supply zone confluence. I'm removing EMA filter. LTF, ITF, HTF supply zone confluence. That means 75 minutes, 15 minutes, 75 minutes and daily zone confluence, supply zone confluence. Already first filter is enabled, 15 minutes with 75 minutes supply zone. Second filter, 15 minutes with supply with the daily supply zone confluence filter is enabled. And third filter, 75 minutes supply zone with daily supply zone confluence filter also enabled. With all the three filters, we got 6 stocks. In all these 6 stocks, the entry time frame 15 minute supply zone is part of the daily, part of the 75 minute supply zone. Both together again part of the daily supply zone. And if these daily supply zones are having daily EMA confluence with downtrend, could be even more high probability setup stocks. Let's verify. We have 6 stocks. Out of that, 5th one is sideways. Remaining all are downtrend. Let's verify those stocks. So in the EMA confluence at a daily time frame. Why daily? Because 15 minutes and 75 minutes together, they are part of the daily supply zone. And these daily supply zone is having daily EMA confluence, and also the trend should be downtrend. Which trend? Daily trend. Let's verify. We got 3 stocks. NIFTY Media, NIFTY Reality, both are indices. Indus Tower is the stock listed in F&O. And moreover, that stock is a high liquidity supply zone again. Okay, this is about bearish trade setup for daily income trade. And in the final report, stop buffers based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, remaining all are equity stocks. What I do, I scroll the list down, and any of your favorite stocks you want to refer, there you please pause the video. Okay, I'm scrolling the list down. This is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let's meet again in our next video. Thank you.